يا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Today we have entered Surah 2 and 1. This is a surah that discusses many things, and among those things is the family of Imran. Of course, this is what the surah is named after. The family of Imran, who was a righteous person. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, إن الله اصطفى آدم ونوحا وآل إبراهيم وآل عمران على العالمين. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has chosen Adam, Prophet Adam alayhi salam, and Nuh, Prophet Nuh alayhi salam, وآل إبراهيم, and the family of Ibrahim, and Imran, the family of Ibrahim. And He has chosen them and their descendants. ذرية بعضها. Surah Al-Imran discusses a lot of things. It makes a lot of theological arguments. It has a lot of discussions on Christianity. It discusses the birth of Isa alayhi salam. It discusses the battle of Uhud. What I would like to pay attention to today is this portion where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about the birth of Maryam alayhi salam, its inception. Maryam alayhi salam, she was the child, the daughter of Imran. She's the daughter of Imran, and her birth was also as interesting as like Yahya. Yahya alayhi salam, he's the child of Zakaria, and he came at a time where his mother was barren and his father was old. So the possibility of her becoming pregnant was very low. Maryam was the same. Over here, you will find the importance of dua. The importance of dua. Maryam alayhi salam, she is born. The mother makes a dua before she's even born. إذ قالت امرأة عمران رب إني نذرت لك ما في بطني محررا فتقبل مني. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says to the Prophet to remember a time that the wife of Imran says, رب إني نذرت لك ما في بطني. Oh Allah, I make a pledge to you or for you what is already inside my womb. She doesn't even know what's the gender of the child, of course. She hopes it's a boy. And at the time, boys had greater opportunities than their female counterparts. And so she hoped that she would have a boy. And it turned out that she had a girl. فتقبلها ربها بقبول حسن وأنبتها نباتا حسنا وقفها زكريا. Before this, فلما وضعتها, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, when she gave birth, قالت رب إني وضعتها أنثى. Oh Allah, I gave birth to a female. وليس الذكر كالأنثى. And we know that the boy is not like the girl. So in a way, she was venting, but she didn't know what Maryam alayhi salam would be bringing into this world. She was very special. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala documents in the Quran that He accepted her dua. He accepted her dua. فتقبلها ربها بقبول حسن. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepted from her dua in such a beautiful manner. وكفل زكريا, and it is documented that Zakaria alayhi salam was the one who was taking care of her. And you would see her at random times with some sort of food, with some sort of fruit that is not the time of that season. You have to bear in mind that many years ago, there wasn't a fridge. There wasn't any way to store the food to make sure that you have, if it's not mango season, you're not going to have a mango. But you will see Maryam alayhi salam with these kinds of foods. His faith was strong. Alayhi salam. He says, where are you getting this? Where are you getting this food from? And what does she say to him? She's a young person, so young. She says, it's from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. إِنَّ اللَّهَ يَرْزُقُ مَن يَشَاءُ بِغَيْرِ حِسَابٍ. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives to whomever He wants, whatever He wants, without any account. بِغَيْرِ حِسَابٍ. Without counting it. It can be infinite. It can be more than your greatest imagination. And this is where dua comes in. So Nabi alayhi salam, he sees this and he is surprised. At this point in time, he doesn't have a child. He's childless and he doesn't have anyone to inherit his legacy. And so he really wants a child. His wife is barren. So what does he do? He makes dua. هنالك دعا زكريا ربه قال رب هب لي لدنك ذرية طيبة. Zakaria alayhi salam makes dua, earnest dua. And he says, oh Allah, give me a child. And another surah, رَبِّ لَا تَذَرْنِي فَرْدًا. Oh Allah, don't leave me as one. Don't leave me alone. Without any progeny, without any children, without any legacy. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepts. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives him Yahya, as we know. So Ikhwani, the reason I mention this, the reason I am sharing this story about dua, about earnest dua, is because oftentimes dua is the last thing that we think about. When we exhaust all other avenues, which we could have gotten the job done, then we turn to dua, then we turn to Allah, then we turn to ruqya. I want you to, read Quran on my child because I've done everything else that I can do. Maybe the Quran is going to work. Maybe dua is going to work. Unfortunately, this is our personality. But Prophet ﷺ, he used to make dua all the time. تذكار الصلاة, تذكار المساء. The Prophet ﷺ will say, اللهم يا مقلب القلوب ثبت قلبي على دينك. Oh Allah, you are the one who moves around the hearts. إن القلوب لدي إصبعين لأصابع كما قال الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم. So he would say, keep my heart steadfast upon the deen. Why would the Prophet ﷺ say this? When he is the Prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and he doesn't need to read this dua. It's a sign for us. The Prophet ﷺ will say, Allahumma a'inni ala dhikrika wa shukrika wa husni ibadatik. And he would perpetually say this after every prayer. Oh Allah, assist me in remembering you, in being grateful to you, and in making my ibadah in the best manner that I can make it. And the Prophet ﷺ would constantly make these du'as. It was the first thing that he would turn to. And we see this in the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, that when you remember Allah in times of ease, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will remember you in times of difficulty. الدعاء هو العبادة. The Prophet says, then dua is worship. Dua is the essence of worship. It is the quintessential part of worship. It is such an intimate time with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that magnifies our humility, that makes abundantly clear that we are in need of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not in need of us. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us of those who turn to dua. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our du'as in Ramadan. أول ما بسمعكم أستغفر الله لكم